This is the Indoraptor, which made its first appearance in the film Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. It is the second hybrid dinosaur created after the Indominus Rex, which had already wreaked havoc by destroying Jurassic World on Isla Nublar in 2015. The Indoraptor was developed using the DNA of the Indominus Rex, which already contained genetic material from multiple prehistoric and modern animals. However, this time, a much higher proportion of Velociraptor DNA was added. As a result, the Indoraptor was smaller and more raptor-like in appearance than its predecessor. But that doesn't necessarily make the Indoraptor the strongest hybrid dinosaur in the franchise. The Indominus Rex itself was powerful enough to destroy an entire theme park before even reaching full maturity. In this video, we'll explore the origins of the Indoraptor, its abilities, and find out who would win in a wild encounter, Indoraptor or Indominus Rex. After the catastrophic incident on Isla Nublar, Dr. Henry Wu was secretly rescued by individuals with vested interests in genetic engineering. He was taken to a hidden laboratory in Lockwood Manor to continue his research and create the perfect hybrid dinosaur, the Indoraptor. Some of you might think that Indo refers to Indonesia, but it actually comes from the Latin word Indomitus, meaning untamed or invincible, while raptor means silent hunter. Dr. Wu used DNA from the Indominus Rex, recovered from its remains after being eaten by the Mosasaurus in the lagoon. He combined this with dominant DNA from the Velociraptor, resulting in a smaller, faster, and deadlier hybrid. The Indoraptor measured about 7.3 meters long and weighed around 1.1 tons, roughly the size of the largest known raptor species, Utahraptor. Unlike its predecessor, the Indoraptor wasn't created for exhibition in a theme park. Instead, it was designed as a prototype for a military weapon controlled by a laser target and high-frequency sound commands. This method was intended to make the Indoraptor more manageable than the Indominus Rex. However, the Indoraptor was portrayed as even more aggressive and sadistic. Unlike the Indominus Rex, which became brutal due to prolonged isolation, the Indoraptor seemed to kill for pleasure. This was evident when it pretended to be unconscious after being shot twice with tranquilizers, only to suddenly awaken and brutally kill the person who let their guard down. Its physical traits include a head shaped like those of Tyrannosaurids and Dromaeosaurids, unlike the Indominus Rex, which resembled Abelisaurids and Carcharodontosaurids. The Indoraptor had around 74 conical teeth, capable of easily crushing bones. Its sense of smell was as sharp as a T-Rex, and its hearing far exceeded that of humans. One of the Indoraptor's unique abilities was quadrupedal locomotion, moving on all fours like ancient Triassic predators, such as Saurosuchus. Unfortunately, its story ends when it is tricked and thrown off a height, impaled on the horn of a fossilized Aguijoceratops, with help from Blue, the Velociraptor. But what if the Indoraptor lived during actual prehistoric periods? Starting in the Triassic period, particularly in the Esquibulasto Formation of Argentina, the environment was harsh, hot, arid, and semi-desert. Small dinosaurs like Eoraptor and Herrerasaurus would likely be too swift or small to interest the Indoraptor. However, herbivores like Hyperodapodon, a medium-sized rhynchosaur, could attract its attention. Here, the Indoraptor would probably adapt as a nocturnal predator, using its night vision and echolocation abilities to hunt in the dark. Still, it would face competition from apex predators like Saurosuchus, a land-dwelling relative of modern crocodiles, around 7 meters long and nearly 1 ton. Yet, the Indoraptor's agility would allow it to exploit weaknesses such as the unprotected neck, instead of engaging head-on. During the Jurassic period, specifically in the Morrison Formation of the western United States, life would become more challenging. This region was home to giant sauropods like Diplodocus, Camarasaurus, and Brachiosaurus. Despite its intelligence, the Indoraptor would struggle to hunt these colossal creatures. Instead, medium-sized herbivores like Stegosaurus would be more viable prey, though their tail spikes posed a lethal threat. Moreover, the biggest obstacle would be Allosaurus, the apex predator of the Morrison Formation, hunting in packs and measuring 8 to 12 meters long. To defeat such predators, the Indoraptor would need to rely on its speed, possibly leaping onto an opponent's back and delivering fatal bites to the neck. Fast forward to the Cretaceous period, particularly in the Hell Creek Formation across Montana, Dakota, and Wyoming. Here the Indoraptor would meet its greatest challenge, Tyrannosaurus rex. The T. rex was the ultimate apex predator, boasting the strongest bite of any known carnivorous dinosaur. If the Indoraptor entered T. rex territory, it would likely be seen as a major threat and eliminated quickly. Adding to the danger were large herbivores like Triceratops with deadly horns and Allosaurus, whose clubbed tail could crush bones with a single swing. Thus, the Cretaceous would have been a nightmare for the Indoraptor, filled with predators and prey capable of killing it. So, who would win in a fight, Indoraptor or Indominus Rex? The Indominus Rex remains the strongest hybrid in the Jurassic World franchise, despite not reaching full maturity. Estimated to reach 15 meters in length and 6 meters in height, it could run up to 50 kilometers per hour and had advanced abilities like camouflage, heat detection, and even masking its thermal signature from infrared cameras. Its bite was powerful enough to kill an Allosaurus in a single bite, and it was highly resistant to human weapons and even a T. rex attack. In contrast, the Indoraptor is arguably the weakest hybrid in the franchise, especially with the later introduction of the Giganotosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion. Its bite was only as strong as that of a modern crocodile, sufficient to tear through humans but ineffective against the thick hide of the Indominus Rex. Thus, the Indoraptor's best chance against the Indominus Rex would be in a confined space like Lockwood Manor, where it could use stealth and speed. In an open environment, however, the Indominus Rex would easily overpower it, given that it took 3 raptors, 1 T. rex, and a Mosasaurus to finally bring it down. Indoraptor versus Indominus Rex, the ultimate hybrid clash. The battle between Indoraptor and Indominus Rex is a popular hypothetical among fans. In raw power, there's no contest. The Indominus Rex dwarfs the Indoraptor in size, strength, and versatility. Standing around 15 meters long and equipped with camouflage, infrared detection, and an almost impenetrable hide, the Indominus Rex is a walking tank. In an open confrontation, the Indoraptor wouldn't stand a chance. Its crocodile-like bite force is negligible compared to the bone-crushing jaws of the Indominus Rex. It would struggle to even inflict superficial damage, while a single blow from the Indominus's jaws or limbs could end the fight instantly. However, in a confined space, the Indoraptor's agility, stealth, and intelligence could offer fleeting advantages. Its compact size and speed might allow it to evade and counter, perhaps targeting the eyes or throat. But even this is speculative. The Indominus's durability, combined with its own cunning, would make such an upset victory extremely unlikely. A legacy of hubris. The creation of the Indoraptor symbolizes humanity's arrogance in mastering nature. It was never intended to thrive in a balanced ecosystem, but to serve as a controllable weapon. Ironically, its greatest strength, its engineered brutality, became its greatest weakness in the wild. If released into any prehistoric period, the Indoraptor might have survived briefly, carving out a niche as an ambush predator or scavenger. Yet, in the long run, it would either fall to larger predators, succumb to injuries from prey, or fail to adapt to the unforgiving challenges of nature, a stark contrast to creatures shaped by millions of years of evolution. If you enjoyed this speculative journey into prehistory and the world of hybrid dinosaurs, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share it with fellow dinosaur enthusiasts. And if you love learning about the prehistoric world, subscribe to Paleo Insights, where science meets storytelling, uncovering the mysteries of Earth's ancient past, one creature at a time. Tanya, ChatGPT.